In the heart of Italy over 2 millennia ago, a civilization was born that would shape the world as we know it. The tale of Rome's founding is as captivating as it is legendary. Born from the ashes of Troy, Aeneas, a Trojan hero, wandered the Mediterranean before eventually settling in Latium, modern-day Italy. His descendants, Romulus and Remus, twin brothers nurtured by a she-wolf in their infancy, would later lay the foundation of a city that would become an empire. According to tradition, Romulus and Remus, quarreling over where to establish their new city, saw their dispute end in bloodshed. Romulus the victor named the new city after himself. Thus, in the 8th century before the Common Era, Rome was born. Initially, Rome was a kingdom ruled by a succession of 7 kings. However, this was not a kingdom in the sense we understand today. The kings were elected by an assembly of the people, reflecting the democratic spirit that would later come to define the Roman Republic. The last of these kings, a tyrant named Tarquin the Proud, would be overthrown after his son committed a heinous act against Lucretia, a noblewoman. This event sparked an uprising, leading to the establishment of the Roman Republic. So Rome began as a monarchy, but it was a monarchy with a difference. Its kings were elected, not born. And when the monarchy became a tyranny, the Romans cast it aside and replaced it with a new system of government, a republic. Yet Rome was still in its infancy, a small city-state among many in the Italian peninsula. It was far from the grandeur and might that it would later embody. Still, it was here, in this nascent stage, that the seeds of Rome's future greatness were sown. The path from a kingdom to a republic was not a smooth one. It was fraught with challenges, both internal and external. Yet the Romans persevered, their indomitable spirit pushing them forward. The seeds of a grand empire were sown, and Rome's journey from a kingdom to a republic was about to unfold. The monarchy had fallen, and in its place rose a republic, a new form of governance that would propel Rome to new heights. In the wake of the monarchy's collapse, around 509 years before the birth of Christ, Rome's political landscape underwent a seismic shift. The city's aristocracy seized the opportunity to establish a republic, a radical concept in an era dominated by monarchies and autocracies. The Roman Republic was not just a political entity, it was an idea, a philosophy that power should rest not in the hands of one but among many. This was a system where the citizens had a say and their voices mattered. The highest offices of power, the consuls, were held by 2 individuals, elected by the citizens themselves. This dual leadership was designed to prevent the concentration of power, to prevent the rise of another king. Beneath the consuls, the Senate, a council of aristocrats, held significant influence. They were the guardians of the state's treasury, the architects of its laws, and the strategists of its wars. The Roman Republic was, in essence, an oligarchy controlled by the patrician class, but it also allowed for the representation of the plebeians, the common people, through the tribune of the plebe. This office was a powerful check against the patrician-dominated Senate and consuls. The Republic was a crucible, refining Rome's political structure and setting it apart from the rest of the ancient world. It was a period of expansion, of conquest, and of cultural development. The values of the Republic, duty, discipline, and devotion to the state, became the bedrock of Roman identity. And yet, the Republic was not without its challenges. Internal strife, class conflicts, and power struggles threatened the stability of this emerging power. But it was these very challenges that would pave the way for one of the most significant transformations in Roman history. The Republic held strong, but challenges were on the horizon. As Rome grew, so did its ambitions, leading it into conflict with another great power of the time, Carthage. This clash of titans in the ancient world gave rise to the Punic Wars, a series of 3 bloody conflicts that spanned over a century. The causes for these wars were manifold: territorial disputes, competition for resources, and the growing power of Rome, which was seen as a threat by the Carthaginians. The First Punic War, beginning in 264 BC, was primarily a naval war. Rome, despite its initial lack of a powerful navy, managed to defeat Carthage, gaining control over Sicily and marking its first significant expansion beyond the Italian peninsula. The Second Punic War, often considered the most dramatic, commenced in 218 BC. This war is best remembered for the audacious Carthaginian general Hannibal, who dared to cross the Alps into Rome with his army and war elephants. Despite winning several battles, Hannibal was ultimately defeated at the Battle of Zama by the brilliant Roman general Scipio Africanus, leading to a severe loss of Carthaginian territories and influence. The Third Punic War, from 149 to 146 BC, was essentially a siege of Carthage by Rome. Despite a heroic resistance, the city was eventually destroyed, its inhabitants sold into slavery, marking the end of Carthage as a significant force in the Mediterranean. The Punic Wars had a profound impact on Rome. They significantly expanded its territories, boosted its economy, and established it as the dominant naval power in the Mediterranean. But they also brought immense suffering, wiping out a significant portion of the Roman and Carthaginian populations. Yet the end of these wars did not bring peace. Rome was left with a massive army with no enemy to fight, leading to internal strife and setting the stage for the rise of Julius Caesar and the transformation of the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire. The Punic Wars had ended, leaving Rome as the dominant power in the Mediterranean. A man rose from the ranks. His name was Julius Caesar, and he would forever alter the course of Roman history. This charismatic figure, born into the patrician class, was destined to leave an indelible mark on the annals of time. His ascent to power was as dramatic as it was significant. Caesar's rise was far from uneventful. From a young age, he demonstrated a keen intellect and a natural affinity for leadership. His military prowess was evident, leading campaigns in Gaul that expanded Roman territories and enriched the state's coffers. But his ambition didn't stop at military conquest. Caesar's political acumen was equally impressive, navigating the complex web of Roman politics with cunning and shrewdness. He formed the first triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus, a political alliance that would propel him to the position of consul. But it was his audacious crossing of the Rubicon River, a direct challenge to the Roman Senate, that marked a pivotal point in his rise. This act ignited a civil war, a conflict that would test the very fabric of the Roman Republic. The Roman Civil War was a tumultuous period. Caesar's forces clashed with those of the Senate, led by Pompey. The war raged on, and ultimately Caesar emerged victorious. With Pompey defeated and the Senate's power diminished, Caesar was in a position of unrivaled dominance. He introduced a series of reforms, addressing issues from debt relief to calendar reform, and was declared dictator perpetuo, dictator in perpetuity. However, Caesar's reign was cut short. His increasing power and perceived threat to the Republic led to a conspiracy against him. On the Ides of March, in a moment that has been immortalized in literature and history, Caesar was assassinated. His death marked the end of the Roman Republic and sowed the seeds for the birth of an empire. With Caesar's death, the Roman Republic reached its end. An empire was on the horizon. The stage was set for a new era, one that would be marked by the rise and fall of emperors, the expansion and contraction of borders, and the enduring legacy of the Roman Empire. From the ashes of the Republic, an empire was born, marking the beginning of a new era for Rome. The fall of the Republic was a tumultuous period, filled with political intrigue and power struggles. The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC was the catalyst that accelerated Rome's transition from a republic to an empire. Out of this chaos emerged Augustus, Rome's first emperor, who was also known as Octavian, the adopted son of Julius Caesar. With his deft political maneuvering and military prowess, he managed to consolidate power and establish the Principate, a system of monarchy headed by an emperor holding power for life. The early days of the Roman Empire were marked by a series of reforms and rebuilding efforts. Augustus not only brought an end to the civil wars that had plagued the Republic, but he also embarked on a massive campaign to restore Rome. He famously said, "I found Rome a city of bricks and left it a city of marble." He instituted a series of reforms in the military, administrative and social sectors that laid the groundwork for the empire's future stability and prosperity. Following Augustus, a line of emperors known as the Julio-Claudian dynasty ruled Rome. This included infamous names such as Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius and Nero. Each ruler left their unique mark on the empire, contributing to its growth and, at times, its turmoil. The Roman Empire expanded rapidly, stretching from the British Isles to North Africa and from the Atlantic to the Euphrates. Its influence was not only territorial but also cultural, spreading Roman law, language and lifestyle across its vast territories. This period of expansion and cultural dissemination is often referred to as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. Yet the birth of the Roman Empire was not just about conquest and expansion. It was also a period of immense cultural and intellectual growth. Literature, philosophy, art, architecture all flourished under the empire, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to shape our world today. The Roman Empire had begun its journey, a journey that would see it reach the pinnacle of power and influence. The Roman Empire left an indelible mark on the world, influencing countless aspects of our modern society. The legacy of this ancient civilization is vast and varied, spanning across different fields of human endeavor. Let's take a journey through time and explore some of the most significant contributions the Romans made to our world. In the realm of law, the Roman legal system has been the foundation for many modern legal codes. Their principles of justice, such as the right to a fair trial and the concept of innocent until proven guilty, are cornerstones of judicial systems around the globe today. Their architectural prowess is another testament to their ingenuity. The Romans were master builders, constructing roads, aqueducts and buildings that have stood the test of time. The Colosseum, the Pantheon and the Roman Forum are iconic symbols of their architectural genius. Their use of the arch, the vault and concrete revolutionized construction, influencing the design of modern cities. Moreover, the Romans left a lasting impact on language. Latin, the language of the Romans, is the progenitor of the Romance languages, which include Italian, Spanish, French, Portuguese and Romanian. It's also deeply embedded in scientific, legal and religious terminology. The Roman Empire was also a cultural melting pot, blending elements from different societies. They adopted, adapted and propagated ideas from the civilizations they encountered, influencing art, literature, philosophy and religion. In the field of engineering, the Romans were pioneers. Their advanced road and bridge networks, water supply systems and monumental structures like amphitheaters and baths showcased their understanding of practical engineering and urban planning. Even the concept of the calendar we use today, the Gregorian calendar, is a refinement of the Julian calendar introduced by Julius Caesar. The echoes of the Roman Empire continue to resonate in our world today, a testament to its grandeur and influence. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its legacy lives on, shaping our societies in countless ways. Its influence is a testament to their mastery over various domains, a true embodiment of their motto, Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Rome's journey doesn't end here. The empire would face trials and tribulations that would test its strength and resilience. As we have journeyed through its birth, the dawn of its republic, the tumultuous Punic Wars, and the profound influence of Julius Caesar, we've only scratched the surface of this vast historical tapestry. In the next installment of the Roman Empire Unveiled, Masters of an Ancient World, we will step further into the annals of time, exploring the Golden Age of Rome, an era marked by prosperity, expansion, and the brilliance of its emperors. But as we all know, no empire lasts forever. We will witness the seeds of decline, the fractures that would eventually lead to Rome's downfall, and the dramatic end of an era. The story of Rome is not just an ancient tale, but a lesson about power, ambition, and the fleeting nature of glory. Stay tuned for the next part of our journey through the Roman Empire as we delve deeper into the rise and fall of one of history's most remarkable civilizations.